Okay, so obviously a very disappointing start to the game. We can feel a little bit aggrieved as the referee Andrew Small penalised Chris Wilde for being offside, which put us in this position initially. And of course the TV shows that Chris Wilde wasn't offside. But that said, poor maul defence, something that we'll be working very hard on this week to correct. We haven't become a bad mauling team or maul defence team in the space of 2 weeks. So we're looking forward to a positive reaction this weekend against a good side with Wasps. We pick up action again here. Obviously some good play. Newcastle penalised on this occasion, but did get away with bits and pieces around the breakdown in terms of not releasing and lying on the wrong side. So 2 or 3 times got penalised, and Charlie Hodgson and latterly Ben Spence obviously penalised them for such infringements. A training ground move, if ever there was one. Chris Wilde has been a superb form on the left wing, linking nicely there with Randingo, and David Nettle scoring a great try in the corner. A brilliant finish from one of England's outstanding wings. Charlie Hodgson shaking off early hamstring worries to nudge over some great kicks. Obviously we lost Charlie later in the game, but was in imperious form for the first 30 minutes. Unfortunately here we see the cost of missed tackles, 2 or 3 missed tackles, and against a 130 kilo flying Simone, it's going to ask you problems. Unfortunately I had 5 years of trying to tackle him in training. It's not a very pleasant experience. We pick up action again here. Again, some good play from the forwards. Marrow, big carry there, gone through Tom Catterick. Marrow again, and another fine game in the engine room for us. And it's pleasing to see his development through the course of the season and getting a good run of games, which he thoroughly deserves. That bit of attack led to an easy 3 points on that occasion. So here we are in the second half. You know, we do much better in terms of the initial contest and the maul, but we just don't quite finish it off. And unfortunately a team well drilled with John Wells obviously leads to some damage, and unfortunately on this occasion another 5 points. The only saving grace I guess was it was in the 5-metre trams, and the conversion was obviously duly missed. But as I said, it's disappointing. We're working hard at it. You know, we've got some good personnel back this weekend, and we'll be looking for a positive reaction, as I said, against a very strong Wasps team. Obviously we lost both half-backs just before half-time, and Ben Spence and Niels Moore came on and did a brilliant job. Spenno involved heavily in this sequence of attack with a nice little pick and go and a nice snipe through the close quarters against Newcastle. We can see trying to sneak in around offside, and eventually putting in a lovely grubber and forcing a knockout the back, which is a penalty offence these days. So we got a penalty from that. We see a scrum here, dominant with a fresh Richard Barrington and a Juan Figalo, which is great to see back in action. And Ben has become an imperious kicker and nudged one over there from 40 at a pretty tight angle. Again, we see our attack in full flow in and around the 22, something that Kevin Sorrell and Joe Shaw, our backs coach, have been working hard on, trying to create a shape. And not quite working there in the end, but Ben showing great aptitude and wolfness, as we like to call it, getting back to get us a well-earned turnover. And Ben stepping up after a well-earned breather for about 45 seconds when his heart rate hit a new max to nudge over the 3 points. Again, some nice play, again heavily involved with Brad Barrett, who's again in superb form and surprisingly overlooked obviously by England at the weekend. And you know, obviously their loss was our gain, as he's been in great form for us over the last 2 or 3 games. Heavily involved in all our attacking and defensive work as always has been superb. Ben again, duly obliged and taking the 3 points. So this is the last sequence of play. Brad Barrett, a brilliant tackle. And that man Juan Figalo get himself in a good body position over the ball and earning a turnover. As you can see, he's a very popular figure down at Allianz Park as Juan, and it's great to see Chippy back on the pitch.